So in response, the server might ask you some of these questions, and let's just go through them. There's quite a few here. Can I get you started with some drinks? Often, of course, the first thing that they will ask you is, do you want anything to drink? Um, are you ready to order, or do you still need a few minutes? Okay. Just like fast food, there are often side dishes and sort of things that accompany a main meal. So they might ask you, what kind of side would you like? And they might explain. They might talk about the doneness. If you've got a hamburger or, of course, a steak, doneness, medium rare, medium well, well done. So these are the different donenesses. Donenesses. Don't know if that's a word. Okay. They might ask you about coffee before your meal, after your meal, with your meal. Coffee, of course, usually comes after a meal. All right. And as I mentioned earlier, they will come to check on you every so often, right? So how's everything going? Are you all finished here? Can I interest you in a dessert? All of these kinds of questions you might hear. And one last thing. In Canada, this is pretty common. In US, it is becoming more and more common. Do you want one bill or do you need separate bills? So they can put everything all on one bill, or they can separate them out and it's based on who ordered what. And that's a pretty convenient thing when you're out with friends. All right, let's talk about tipping because that is important. I would say that 20% is the standard for dinner. So if you're out for dinner, just imagine, look at the bill, 20% of the total. Okay, that's how much you're going to be tipping. If you're paying by credit card, you'll need to write down the tip and the new total amount before you sign. All right, so look at the total, add your 20% tip, write it down. If you're leaving cash, just leave it on the table. That's fine. Don't use lots and lots of small coins. It's just it's not rude, but it's not polite. Try to leave cash for bills if you can. And 20% is for dinner. It depends on, of course, the quality of service that you got. If you got truly bad service, feel free to not leave a tip and then complain. But remember that in many cases, the tips are really what help the servers have a livable wage. So it's a really important part of their pay. So even if it's unless it's truly terrible service, you should leave a tip and adjust your tip. But I would say no less than 10%. Okay, that said, breakfast, lunch, 10, 15%, that's okay. It depends on the quality of your service. All right. So that's the server's questions, and that's it for restaurants, sit-down restaurants. So once again, let's go over it. When you arrive, you'll be seated, and they might ask you for drinks. And when you're ordering, remember that there are no pictures, and you might have to ask some questions about that food. Once you're done, if you have any allergies, of course, please explain those. And you might have to answer some questions that the server has about your meal, about choices, things like that. Okay, so let's move on to our example menus. All right, so this is an example of a fast food menu. It's not a real menu, but it is based on a real menu. And you're going to see, once again, in this one, there are no pictures. Sometimes there are, sometimes they're not, especially if you go to a fancy chain restaurant. They'll have those pictures all along the top with the prices. But they will almost always have something like this. They'll explain the name. Let's get my arrow here. They'll explain the name of the food. They'll show the price and some additional information. The classic hamburger, it's $5.99 with 100% all beef 4-ounce patty on a sesame seed bun. It comes with lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles. They'll have some other options as well, classic cheeseburger or a double. There might be a section on extras. And of course, these extras might come with a price. And there might be a section with condiments. Now you'll notice there's no price here with the condiments. That probably means they're free. They're just sort of choices that you can make to add to your burger or leave out of your burger. But it's always good to ask just in case. All right, we might come with there might be some side dishes, fries or onion rings, and then of course our soft drinks as well, soft drinks. And again, pay attention here, small, medium, large, not S size, M size, L size. That'll actually be kind of confusing to the other person, to the cashier. If you say S size, they might not know what you mean. So small, medium, large. Okay. And that's a classic, and that's a fast food restaurant menu. Let's look now at the restaurant, the sit-down restaurant menu. And here we go. Again, just like the fast food menu, it's not a real menu, but it is based on a menu. And you can see it's quite different, the layout. They'll often explain the meal, the dish, a bacon-wrapped filet mignon. And if you don't see it anywhere else, you might see a price right next to it. And you notice there's no dollar sign or anything like that. It's just a number. All right. Of course, it will always come with a description explaining what it is. And this is your chance to ask a little bit more about it. There might be some words that are quite difficult here. Words like tenderloin or infusion, things like that. At the very top of the category section, the entrees or the salads or the drinks or the small plates, it will tell you a little bit about what's common about each of these. So the entree comes with a garden salad, steak frites, or soup of the day. You have a choice. All right, so you might need to explain your choice. Salads are going to be the same, and you might have some small plates with some extra instructions. See specials for today's fresh caught fish. So maybe there's a fish dish which is seasonal, or it's a catch of the day. There might be some specials place where it's written. Okay. Drinks are often in a separate menu. All right, so you'll need to take a look at the drinks menu, and that's where it will list various beers, wines, things like that. All right, so this is an example restaurant menu. You've got the fast food menu as well. So I hope you have fun practicing with these menus, thinking about the next time you go abroad and have to go out for dinner. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.